just gonna be pulling it up right here with our foam roller. And we're just gonna be coming back and forward, back and forward. If this is not enough of intensity for you, you can bring your other calf on top of it and provide more pressure for it. This definitely lets you know if you have any knots in your calf when you're interchanging them, because you can feel the little bumps that are provided. And once you feel a bump, what I recommend is for you to keep that pressure and making sure that you're doing small little movements to make sure that you're keeping that pressure onto that one knot. That way you can resolve it and you can get it out on time. However, I do think that the foam roller is great for active recovery days. I think it's fantastic in general, and I would definitely recommend it. Okay, now in order to go further into our active recovery day, I would always incorporate different kinds of skills. That way it can enhance you as an athlete, as a person, and basically understand like the etiquette within the gym. What I mean by that is making sure that you understand what you're doing, you know the basics, you know the fundamentals, and making sure how to properly help yourself out if you're in a situation where you need, or you were to need somebody to help you push up a weight or anything of that sort. Because in CrossFit, what's really different about from other places is that in CrossFit, you're gonna be doing it yourself. Meaning that if I'm back squatting 250 or 275, I do not want somebody behind me spotting me and I'm gonna be throwing that barbell back because I cannot support it anymore coming out of that bottom position. I do not want to have the person behind me trying to catch 270 pounds right off the bat. That is not the goal, that is not the point, and I do not recommend that. Partners, that's why partners are only strictly for bench across the board. That's why we don't do that for the back, front squat, or any kind of movements such as those. Especially power movements, we do not do that. So we're gonna be going into the barbell bailout for the back squat. This is gonna be preparing us for tomorrow where we're gonna be using the back squat. But I want you to know the proper position of a back squat. That way tomorrow you won't go into it confused. So what you're gonna be doing is there's gonna be a rough and a smooth part. You're gonna be measuring it with your thumb. You're gonna be getting the rough part to the tip of your thumb, and you're gonna be grabbing it right there, right here. So once you're able to get that distance, that comfortable distance, you're gonna be coming under the bar. Depending on your preference and your experience level, you can do either the high bar or the low bar, but personally, I do the high bar. So right here, it's gonna be resting on my traps at a comfortable position where I don't feel like it's gonna fall or come too forward. It's gonna be right in the middle, putting that pressure. You're gonna step back. Nothing crazy, a small step. You're gonna make sure that your elbows are not gonna be coming up. If they're coming up, it's gonna be putting all the pressure in front and you're gonna be leaning forward. So what we're gonna do is keep these right here to guide us. We're gonna be coming down. Again, you can use a wall ball to see if you're going below parallel, right at level. You're gonna be looking up, coming out, driving those knees outward, and then stepping back and coming into a full rep. Of course, this is gonna be enhanced over time and you're gonna feel comfortable where you are, but these are just gonna be the basics of being able to find your grip. Remember, this is gonna be the smooth part, and starting at the rough side, it's gonna be all this. So once you come in, you're gonna tuck that thumb in and it's gonna be all together right here. The next thing that we're gonna be doing besides the barbell position, we're gonna be doing barbell bailout. Again, this is gonna be crucial for when those weights are just too extreme, too high. Maybe you're PRing and you don't want somebody else to get hurt. So with this, we're gonna be coming over here, regular position. You're coming down and you're like, oh man, this is heavy. You're in this position and you cannot get out of this position. What you're gonna do is that you're gonna throw your shoulders back while letting go of the barbell, pushing back and then driving forward. So as you're doing that, right when you're about to throw it back, you're going to lean forward and fall forward. So back. So right here, this is where you're safe and your barbell is gonna be right behind you. So when you're in this position, You're gonna be like, bail out. I'm gonna be bailing out. That way, if somebody's like 3 feet behind you, you do not want your barbell to roll back and hit somebody. You always need to be aware of your surroundings to make sure that you're not gonna injure somebody. The next thing is that we're gonna be talking about weight belts. Weight belts are not to be used throughout the entirety of the gym session. That is not the goal, that is not the point of the gym belt or the weighted belt. So with this in mind, this is my lovely belt. This is gonna be my belt. The only time that you should be using your weighted belt is going to be when you're gonna be PRing, when it's gonna be averaging between 75 to 80% and above your 1 rep max or 2 rep max, depending. Or sometimes you just don't feel like, if it's a lot of reps, like a lot of deadlift reps or anything like that, you're gonna be using your belt to support you, making sure that you're keeping that form. However, I do not recommend them to be doing them during box jumps, burpees, or any kind of movement where it's not gonna be having a lot of weight, where it's gonna be heavy, where you do need that support.
So remember that today is gonna be an active recovery day, so we're gonna be cooling down with a 1 mile walk so we can get ready for tomorrow.
Okay guys, today is Friday. Today is the last day of the week. I know that I put Saturday and Sunday, however, this is gonna be a 5-day program for the video. So today is gonna be the last day. So with the warm up, we're gonna be doing 3 rounds of 12 wall facing squats. This is gonna be what we did on Monday, making sure that we're close to the wall. We're gonna be pushing our hips back first with our chest up without making any contact with the wall. So our arms are gonna be extended outwards. We're gonna be coming down, no contact, fully driving our knees out and then coming back up as low as possible. The next movement that we're gonna be doing for the warm-up is going to be 6 burpees. These don't have to be fast, it's a warm-up. There's no race here. So you're gonna be going into the regular burpees. You're gonna be coming down, touching the floor, or your chest all the way to the floor. Then you're gonna be coming up and doing a little hop. Then, once we're gonna be doing that, we're gonna be going into 3 slow push-ups. With the slow push-ups, it is exactly how it sounds. We're gonna be coming down slowly and coming up slowly. So right here, coming down slowly, engaging everything. Then we're gonna be coming up slowly, so on and so forth. Then this is where it's gonna get a little fun for some people, where we're gonna be doing 15 seconds of a handstand hold. This is basically to be able to support your body, to be able to support yourself on top of your arms and making sure that you're able to carry your body weight. That way it can prep some people and warm them up when they do either handstand walks, or they're gonna be doing a lot of upper body movements that we're gonna be doing today. So there's gonna be different methods. The people that are very comfortable, they're gonna come up, kick up straight into it, which is going to be perfectly fine. You can put your toes together and point, and then you're going to be coming back down. That's for somebody that's very comfortable. Another method is to start here from the floor, and you're going to be kicking your legs up. So with this, you're going to be right here, and then kicking up, and then coming back down. Those are going to be pretty advanced movements just because people don't feel comfortable being on their hands and backwards. So another movement, or another way that we can still get the same effect, is where you're gonna be right here. You're gonna come forward. You're gonna put all your body weight onto your shoulders, and you're gonna be making sure that your chin is gonna be touching your chest. So in this position, you're gonna be tippy-toeing, putting your weight on top, and then holding it for 15 seconds straight. And you should feel the burn on your deltoids, on your traps, and just depends. But that should be the main portions that's gonna be worked out so you can be able to warm up properly. Okay, now we're gonna be going into the stretching portion of our workout. This is gonna be where we're gonna be starting with the PVC pipe, our trusty friend. We're gonna be starting with the Romanian deadlift. A lot of people with a Romanian deadlift, it's gonna be the difference between a conventional and a Romanian is that we're not gonna be bending at the leg. So it's gonna be regular barbell grip. So it's gonna be about either a little bit shoulder width apart, right here, closed grip. So right here, we're gonna be coming with our chest forward, We're gonna be pushing our hips back first, and you're gonna be coming down, 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 without bending at the knee, and then coming back up. You should definitely feel a stretch on your back of your hamstring. Then coming back up, and that's gonna be the Romanian deadlift. Along with this, we're gonna be going into the press and reach. I love the press and reach because it really gets to show your mobility when it comes into coming into the front rack position. It's okay if you're out here for this portion, because I understand that the majority of males are not gonna be as flexible. If you are, that's great. So you're gonna be coming here, you're gonna be pushing up. As you're pushing up, you're gonna be pushing your head through that window. This is the window going through your arms, making sure that you're not over here. You're gonna be right. If you look up and you're fully extended, you're gonna be hitting, it's like if you're gonna be cutting your body in half. So right here, you're gonna be fully extending, and you're gonna be pushing up into the sky, making sure that you feel all that stretch. Then we're gonna be going into PVC pass-throughs, as we did in the beginning, wide grip, changing it up, coming back, then coming forward, making sure that if you want more of a stretch, you can come in a little bit more, coming back, then coming forward. Now we're gonna be going into the sumo squat hold. Remember, this is gonna be wider than your shoulder. You're gonna be coming up, you're gonna be squatting down as low as possible, making sure you're in that little prayer stance right here, or regular stance right here, where you're gonna be pushing your elbows outward into your knees, right there, getting as deep as possible. Then afterwards, we're gonna be going into the wrist stretches. A lot of people like to overlook this or not really think about it, but I think it's extremely crucial to make sure that you stretch out your wrists and make sure that you have that flexibility provided in your wrists. So we're here, we're gonna have our palms down, and we're gonna be leaning forward. You should be feeling the stretch in the back of your wrists. You can alternate where you're gonna be bringing the back of your hand downwards, and you're gonna feel that stretch right here. And if you want more of a stretch, you can lean back right here, and then you can alternate. You can do both at the same time, but I think this is an accessory work that I do personally, and I can definitely feel the difference with how my wrist feels after with a lot of barbell or dumbbell work. So now we're gonna be going into our strength set, which is gonna be 3x6. So it's gonna be 3 rounds of 6 reps of tempo back squats. This is gonna be at 50% of your 1 rep max. If you do not know your 1 rep max, make sure that you pick a weight that's gonna be light, not even moderate to light or light moderate. It's just gonna be a light weight that you can do, making sure that you're keeping a constant intensity throughout the entirety of the back squat. What I mean by this is when we go into the tempo back squat, this definitely personally helps me increase my stamina, meaning my muscular endurance and my overall conditioning when it comes into high volume repetitions during competition at a light weight. And then it also helps me doing heavy weight for low reps, doing tempo squats. This is one of my favorites. Back squats or front squats is great. So what I mean by tempo is, of course, you're gonna be setting up in a regular position, but what makes this different and makes this more intense is that a tempo squat is gonna be where you're gonna be pacing yourself out. So let's say I tell you go 3 seconds down or 5 seconds down, and when you're at the bottom, you should be at that 3 number or at that 5 number. So for example, 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi. I'm already at the bottom. So if I'm at 5, it's gonna be a lot slower. It's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then it's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fully extended. You see that difference? You see that tempo difference? So let's say that you wanna go down for 6 seconds. That's already gonna be down and then coming 6 seconds up. So you're gonna be doing a total of 12 seconds of just on 1 rep. So in this one, it's gonna be up to you, where I just want you to be able to go slow and coming slow upwards, making sure that you can feel that intensity. Even though this is a 35-pound bar with 10s, That can be light for a lot of people, but if you're doing it at this tempo, at this pace, it's gonna be at a higher intensity. So I'm gonna be racking up right here, coming forward,